How did we meet? Well, she's gonna have her own story for sure.
He likes to tell this story of how we met in a very interesting way. This video is sponsored by Best Fiends. Best Fiends, as you guys know, is a free puzzle adventure game where you try and collect and build a team of fiends to defeat slugs by matching the same color objects. And starting today, you can watch the in-app world premiere of the animated short Visit Minutia, and then play the in-game Visit Minutia event where you can win massive rewards. So go download the game for free, play, check it out. It is fun. And if you download using the link below, you'll get $5 worth of gold and diamonds for free. So again, you guys, the game's free to download. The link is below to get $5 worth of gold and diamonds. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, how we met, what Justin has to say, and then the truth, which is my side.
I know a lot of you have been asking, how did Mama McClure and Justin meet? How did we meet? Well, she's gonna have her own story for sure, but she asked me to record my story, which is the truth. My story is the truth. You can trust me because I'm a Boy Scout. Well, actually, I got kicked out of the Boy Scouts for tipping over a canoe, but that boy had it coming. Mama McClure's gonna have her own version, probably not gonna be true, okay? Let me tell you the real version of how we met. So at the time, I was living in Washington Heights, New York, because that's where all the real men live in New York. Washington Heights, upper part of Manhattan. And I'm there, and I was looking really good that day. I remember because I had just got done boxing, and my muscles were, I was looking really good. I did like between, 300 and 500 push-ups. And so I look across the street, and I see this lady, Ami, and she looked really good. Let's just be honest, she had a really nice body. She had a really nice butt. Everything was nice, and I had the confidence to talk to her because obviously. So, and plus I got done working out. We just talked about that. Biceps looking good. My calves were looking good that day. I've been boxing, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna go over there and talk to this woman because once again, that's what people in the Heights do. In Washington Heights, that's what you do. You're not afraid to talk to a woman of color, if that's what you want to say, woman of color, okay? So I'm across the street and I get out of the subway and I see her, and the thing is, I'm like, okay, well, what's gonna be my game, because I'm not lame. I didn't mean to rhyme that. But immediately she was trying to park her car and she gets out, and I see this African-American gentleman talking to her, like just excessively talking to her, like, hey mama, hey baby talk, hey mama, hey baby talk. And I just said, you know what, I need to rescue this woman from this guy talking to her like that. I'm not saying it was disrespectful, but he was talking about the B-O-O-T-Y, okay? I wasn't talking about it, I was thinking it. I was looking across the street and I was thinking it, but this guy was just saying things he shouldn't say. So I strode across the street. Obviously I'm very confident because I just got done boxing and I'm looking really good. I walk up to her. This is what happened. So this African-American guy's talking to her and just kind of harassing her as she's trying to pay for the parking. He's like following her down the street. So what I do, so smooth. I can't even believe how smooth this is. Okay, I'm getting chill bumps even thinking about how smooth that I was. I'm getting goosebumps. It was that smooth. I walked up to her and I said this as the African-American gentleman is talking to her. I said, hey, it looks like this guy is really trying to talk to you, and I know that you don't know him, and why don't you just walk with me real slowly and just pretend like you know me, and I'll take you away from this guy. She turned, started walking with me. We walked right away from that guy, walked around the corner, walked right into a restaurant. That's what happened. And that is the true story of how me and Mama McClure met. We walked right into the restaurant. I remember I got some crab cakes. There was not a lot of crab in those cakes, so I was really disappointed in that. I remember that. I think she had some kind of Alfredo pasta or something like that. I didn't have any money at the time, so I was thinking, how much food is this woman gonna eat? You know what I mean? Because you ever gone out with somebody and it's like, okay, how much food are you gonna eat? Because I didn't know I was gonna I didn't know I was gonna sweep this woman off her feet, okay? But that's how we met. We walked right into a restaurant and then we started dating, and that's the story of how we met. So blatantly, I walked up to her on the street and I saved her. I rescued her from this guy who was, I would say, he was harassing her. And I took her away from that situation. I took her into the arms of Mr. McClure, and the rest is history. That's all she wrote. Actually, nobody wrote that, but if they did write it. So I'm sure Mama McClure's gonna have her version, but you can trust me on my version, okay? My version is correct.
Okay, so how did I and the Mr. meet? First of all, I'm sure you guys enjoyed story time with Justin. as he likes to tell this story of how we met in a very interesting way. Let him say it. And he was Superman who swooped in and saved me from this guy that I just couldn't possibly get away from on my own. I let him have that, I let him be great. But I'm going to tell you guys the actual story of how he and I met. One day I was in Washington Heights. Okay, let me back it up a little bit and just state what I was looking like that day. I was probably about 15 pounds heavier than you guys are used to seeing me. I mean, pre-baby, obviously. So I had a little bit going on. It was in the right place, I guess I'll say. As Justin's going to mention, I'm sure the booty was kind of big. So as soon as I get out of the car, there's this guy, like, just eyes got big, and he was just like, damn, as guys do, ladies, we know. And basically, I'm trying to pay for the parking meter, and he's like, just constantly saying stuff that guys say, following me from the car. And I guess Justin's across the street, and he saw this, and he's going to make it seem like he was being chivalrous, but obviously he saw me and wanted a part of it also. So he decided to shoot his shot, and he might have had a little bit of game. I'll give him that. He might have had a little bit of game. So he came across the street and, comes really close to me and is like, just walk with me. I see this guy is like talking to you, harassing you. Just walk with me and you can pretend like you know me and I'll help you get away from this guy. Not that I needed help. So here he comes to save me. And so we walk into a restaurant and have lunch. Now, one thing to note is that I had fish tacos. So that should have been a hint to him of nothing's about to happen. I'm eating fish tacos with you for lunch. So thank you for saving me, but you're not getting any play either. Anyways, so we sat there, we talked. It was a good conversation. It was a great conversation. I hadn't been on a date in probably, oh my gosh, in forever. Okay, so we did not exchange numbers that day. I got his phone number. I did not give him mine. And this is one part that Justin did not mention is I didn't call him. Instead, I went home and got on my computer. And I was on Match.com. So I decided to look him up and see if he was on Match.com. And I found him. And went through his profile as my way of trying to see if he was a nutcase or not. I don't know if that helps. Like, do people tell the truth on Match.com or any dating site? But anyways, that's what I did because, I don't know, what else could I do? Google him? I guess I could have Googled him. I did Google him a little bit and saw that he was a comedian or used to be a comedian, or you guys get it. Anybody who, like, sees Justin in these videos and sees the jokes that he makes and the way he is now, like, his profile was pretty much like that. His introduction, how he introduced himself, was by telling a story about him going to the grocery store and eating a bunch of free grapes to see how many he could eat before they kicked him out of the grocery store. Like, just complete humor, which I found interesting. I looked through his pictures and I saw a picture of him, was not a recent picture, I don't care what he says, but I saw a picture of him playing basketball and he looked like he had a jump shot. I'm a basketball fan. I'm a huge basketball fan, something you guys may not know about me, but I played basketball for years and years and years. So saw that picture of him shooting. He looked like he had a nice jump shot, and I made a comment on that picture that, you actually look like you know what you're doing. And he commented back, and I guess he recognized that it was me, or at least he should have recognized that it was me, the woman that he allegedly saved from this guy. And we exchanged a couple of messages before I did give him my cell phone number, and kind of the rest is history. Obviously it's been great. It's worked out well for us. We're married. We're happy. I don't know, I feel complete with him, if that makes sense. He's the sweetest guy. He's got the biggest heart. He cares so much about me and the girls and his family, and you can't change that foundation of somebody. Somebody who has that, you know they're going to be there for you. You know that no matter what, that you can count on them. And I think that's what's most important in our relationship, is that I trust him. I trust him completely. Anyways, so that's the story of how we met. As far as us being interracial, Justin touched on this a little bit, but I don't know. I've always been the type of person who never looked at somebody and dated them because they were black or white, or if I had an attraction to you or I liked you, I've dated all types of people, and that's just how I am, and my attraction is not based on color. It's based on, obviously I have to find you physically attractive, but also it's based on who you are. So that's how we met, and I have nothing else to add. Thank you guys. Bye.